Hello, gray hair. Good morning. Hey, ladies. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. How's everybody doing today? Do you want to see my grays? Just, the wiry ones that stick straight up. Good morning, Vietnam. Buenos dias. Good morning, men. Thank you, Sean. Good morning, ladies. Señoras y señores, Latino del mundo, ya tú sabes. Remember that song, that club song? If you were from Jersey, you definitely remember that song. You guys totally remember that song. If you are Hispanic or you ever went to a Jersey club, you definitely know that song. Erin said, love that song, so Jersey, right? Mary, I know you know it. And it starts like that. Mira mi gente, señoras y señores, Latina del mundo, ya tú sabes. All right, it's Jersey and Miami. I'll give you that. How's everybody doing this morning? I did not sleep well. I was up in the middle of the night. My brain was going. And I don't know if this ever happens to you, but I was praying to God last night at Lord. I was praying to God last night, and I don't know if this ever happens to you, but do you ever start praying to God? And I don't know how you start your prayer, and I'm closing my eyes because I guess that's how I talk to God, right? So I have my eyes closed, and I am praying to God at 3:30 in the morning, and I'm like, please, Lord, get close to me. Let me lie still. Let me hear your voice. Get close to me. And all of a sudden, if my mind didn't start to wander, and all of a sudden, I'm fighting people in my head. I literally went from talking to God, praying, asking God to get close to me, and my ADD kicked in, and I was literally like, you know how sometimes you fight in the shower? You're in the shower and you start fighting? That's what I was doing in my mind last night. So I'm like, Lord, please get close to me, Lord. Let me hear your voice. Let me lie still. And I know that, you know what's funny about this girl? Like, she got nerve to say some shit. And I'm like, Jamie, no wonder why God, is not getting close to you. Can you focus, child? Can you focus? Can you focus? And then you got to start all over. I'm like, hold up, peel up, bring it back, come rewind. Powerful impact, boom from the cannon, right? Then you got to bring it back. Hi, Carmen. And start your prayer all over. It's so annoying. Then I got to be like, oh, God, look, I look like a fool trying to talk to you, and now I'm fighting this girl. But this is why I need you, Lord. Okay, let's start over. Lord, if you could please get close to me, let me get still, let me hear your voice. Please. Oh, and then what she gonna do? She's gonna text Father Bob, and there I go again. There I go again. And God is probably like, oh, girl, it is the middle of the night. I need you to either finish this prayer or go to sleep. And I'm like, Lord, I'm really trying, Lord. I'm really trying. But I'm all over the place. I am all over the place. Instagram, how you guys doing out there? You guys jumping on, jumping off? What's the matter over there? Is the video messed up or is it good? Anyway, sometimes the truth is I start to pray and then I have like inappropriate thoughts about sex. And then I really got to start all over. So anyway, there's connection problems. Video was messed up. Let me try again. Hold on to my poor Instagram people who can't. Let me see. Instagram always lags. I don't know why. Hi, Drew. Baby, I'm begging you, put your loving on. Hopefully the video on Instagram will be better. I don't know, but I just restarted it. Hi, Smiley. Hopefully it's better. Okay. I love a baby coffee talker. Anyway, I was just talking about, it looks like Instagram is doing better. Okay. So I was just talking about my crazy thing with God. Okay. So anyway, I was thinking, hi, Smiley. I was just thinking that we could do a walk and talk, maybe like once or twice a week. I could try to do coffee talk while I walk, and then we could all walk together. Or I could walk at night and we could all walk together. Something, just to get our bodies moving. I don't know. Maybe it's not a good idea. Maybe it'll be too hard to concentrate. But anyway, I want to talk to you about Father Bob's message, okay, of whatever it's called, gospel or preach or whatever, okay? He said, the measure in which you measure will then be measured unto you, or something really profound, from the actual Bible, okay? I'm just summarizing or paraphrasing, okay? So here's what I think Father Bob is trying to tell me. Is that people like to make you the villain while subsequently, what does it mean at the same time? Subsequently, asking for grace in their own life. So they want to hold you accountable, and they want to hold things against you, and they want to make you the villain, and they want to call you out, and they want to point their finger at you, while at the same time expecting grace for their shortcomings and the things that they have done to other people simultaneously. Yeah, that might have been a better word, simultaneously. The way you judge other, so shall you be judged. Right. So I was thinking about this gospel, Father Bob, and it really makes me think. How many people right now are we the villain in their story, right? And they want everybody to know the bad things we did and the bad things we said and the mistakes we made, while they, at the very same time, are hoping for grace and forgiveness from someone else. Can we talk about the nerve? Can we talk about the level of hypocrisy? Can we talk about the level of delusionism? Is that a word? Because Father Bob can take us to church, but I'm going to preach. Okay? People who have consistently needed grace in their life, and we all do, I'm not pointing fingers at anybody. I'm not shaming anybody. This isn't about anybody. So before you decide this is about you, it isn't. It's a conversation like every other coffee talk. Because you know there's people out there right now like, I know she's talking about me. I mean, now, if the shoe fits, lace it up, friend. But how many people can look at their life and know that at some point they needed grace or forgiveness while they are simultaneously pointing fingers at other people, talking about, she's a villain, she's a problem, she's a big mouth, she does this. And I'm like, oh, okay. So what kind of inventory are we keeping? How far do we want the receipts to go? I'm just curious. At what point do we start extending grace to others while we simultaneously expect it from other people? We want other people to extend us grace, and we want other people to forgive us, right? Because that is what God has called us to do. Forgive, extend grace, and he even goes so far as to warn us. It is a warning, okay? It's a warning. And the warning says, as you measure, so you shall be measured. As you judge, so you shall be judged. So, the same people who got a laundry list of shit that they have needed grace for, forgiveness for, that is a rough time in my life. I was just a different person then. I just blase, blah. Now, want to make a whole motherfucking Disney movie, casting certain people as the villains, and they're the victims. Ooh. Oh, so we just supposed to forget the whole list of shit? When do we have to stop keeping receipts? When do we get... Because here's the thing. I'm all for forgiveness and grace. Truly. Truly. But what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Is that what it says? So if you are in a position right now in your life where you have needed grace or forgiveness, where you have looked at somebody you loved or cared for, or somebody maybe you didn't love and didn't like at all, and said, listen, I am genuinely sorry for the things that I have done, and at some point, you gotta let me off the hook from being the villain in your life, because if you want to look for things wrong with me, you're always gonna find them. Years can go by, and folks will hear one thing I say or do, and they'll be like, ah, look, she's a villain. Like, damn. But you want all your shit expunged? You want all your shit forgotten? You want all your shit forgiven? Come on now. Measure others as you so shall be measured, whatever that brilliant Bible says. And I'm just saying, if you have ever been extended grace by someone, if you have ever been given forgiveness, if you have ever worked on yourself and changed, right? Ever. Then you understand. People change. People grow. They're not the same person they were 10 years ago, 5 years ago, hopefully not even a year ago. So think about where you are in your life. Think about what God calls us to do, calls us to give, who he wants us to be, and honestly, who we want to be. You don't even have to believe in God. You could downright not and still understand the way forgiveness works. But you look foolish. You look silly when you constantly are waiting for people to fuck up. When you got a laundry list, dare I say a rap sheet of shit, just receipts for days of mistakes that have been made in this world by all of us. And God calls us to extend grace and forgiveness and not to wait on the sidelines to go, see? Nah, put a little love in your heart. Da 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 da. Put a little love in your heart, and the world will be a better place. Now, I'm not saying I'm a professional forgiver. I'm not a professional forgiver. I'm Italian, and I was raised by Italian women who cast spells on people and shit, okay? My grandmother used to spit on the floor 3 times at you and forget it. You were covered in some sort of Sicilian, I don't know, but it wasn't good, okay? I'm not a professional forgiver, but I know how to apologize, and I know how to mean it, and like, everybody got to stop taking shit to the umpteenth degree. You want to go from 0 to 100 with every infraction. It's like, dude, take it down a notch. The world is not out to get you. Everybody's not talking about you. Everybody's not trying. Like, take a deep breath. Okay? Jamie, you're much better at these topics than you are on your unfocused days. Okay. I'm not sure what that means, but I think there might be a compliment somewhere in there. And I'm not saying you can't be sensitive, and I'm not saying that things can't hurt your feelings. I'm not even saying that people won't genuinely wrong you. I'm saying that if you are a human being that has asked for grace or forgiveness in your life, you gotta look at how you are measuring others, how you are forgiving others, how you are extending grace to others. Are you doing it? Because if you aren't, then I guarantee there's a long line of people still holding on to shit you did to them. You know what I mean? Sounds like this hits close to home for you. I mean, I just listened to Father Bob's gospel, and I was inspired by it. I mean, I have to look at myself. I have to turn every single coffee talk inward. What grudges am I holding? Who am I mad about? Who am I not extending forgiveness for? Who am I not giving grace to? Where are the cracks in me that I'm filling with grudge, that I'm filling with hate? I got it. I got it. I own it. There are cracks in me that I have filled with Sicilian grudge. Thank you, Grandma Connie, for that lesson. You know what I mean? I have to work on that. I want to go to heaven, truly. Well, first let me testify right now that I'm going to heaven. I'm going to heaven. Lord, I know my prayers get off topic. I know my prayers, I can't stay focused, Lord, and I'm working on it. Okay? Let me say that. I want to go to heaven. And when I get to heaven, I want God to say, thank you for paying attention. You didn't do it all right, Jamie. You made a lot of mistakes, Jamie. You held grudges where you should have offered forgiveness. You used really ugly language at times. Whatever, a million things. You had sex before marriage. Yes, I did. Sure did. Right? But I want God to feel that I was paying attention. That when I was lost, I sought him. That when I didn't have the words, I shared his words with you. Doesn't mean you have to believe in God, but the message still applies. Forgiveness and grace work whether you believe in God or not. If you want it for yourself, you've got to give it to others. You've got to extend it to others. You've got to fill some of the cracks with something other than grudges and hate and past and receipts and this and that, and start filling some of those cracks with love and forgiveness and grace and healing and moving forward. I want to do it. I'm working on it. Y'all, when I tell you, I am working on it. And I'm going to lose 100 followers today because I spoke about God. It happens every time. And that's okay. You guys can tag other believers who will come on. We can tag for every one we lose, maybe we can bring two. So reflect on this today. And why do you look at the speck in your brother's eye, but do not consider the plank in your own eye? Sis, if that ain't a word, you don't even have to, I'm pinning that comment. You don't even have to believe. Thank you, Teresa, for tagging someone. You see, Teresa was like, okay, non-believers, you could leave and get mad. And I'm just telling you, like, we spend so much time. Who cares? You keep talking about God from a potty mouth. Susan, is that you? Susan. Not only am I going to block Lisa, I'm going to block everybody who likes her comment. Because you know what? I never take the Lord's name in vain. And God does not say we shouldn't say shit or ass. He does say we shouldn't take his name in vain. And I never, ever do. And Lisa, I'm guessing you never sin. You sound fun. Blockity, block, block, blockity, block, block, block. There isn't a link for Father Bob. It was just his gospel at church. I love Jesus, but I cuss a lot. Anyway, just get the message. Receive the message. Okay? The message is, it is very easy for us to stare at the sins of others. It really is. It is very easy when we are unhappy in our lives, when we are unfulfilled, when we are far from God, when we are insecure, to go, what can I focus on besides myself? Let me see if I can find the sins of others. It's so easy. We all do it. I am as guilty as the next one. But we are called to extend grace and forgiveness. We are called to move on. We are called to set people free from their mistakes. And if we have ever asked for grace or forgiveness, we are called to extend that to others. It's that simple. It's that simple. And Father Bob was onto something. You know what, Father Bob? You should do that for a living. Because you're very good at that. I love you, and I just want to remind you all that we are in this together. Cracks and all, grudges and all, forgiveness and all, healing and all of it. We're here. And if we weren't sinners, Jesus would not have died on the cross. He would have died for nothing. We are all sinners. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be about God. It could be about anything. Forget it. If you don't believe in Jesus, you don't have to. You can still extend forgiveness and grace. You can still fill your cracks with healing and love and forgiveness, and not grudges and resentment and jealousy and envy. Because when you fill your cracks with those things, it becomes part of who you are. You can walk away from someone, you can keep separation, you can keep distance and still forgive. But you can't have a list of shit you've done in your life and have the nerve to hold someone else in purgatory while you yourself have asked for forgiveness. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. You are fooling yourself. Anyway, I love you very much. Very much. I love you. Share this video. Be brave. Share it. You know somebody needs to hear it. And everybody who shares it, there's going to be one person on your Facebook page that's like, she meant this for me. Take what you need from this message and leave the rest. Amen. Take what you need and leave the rest. Maybe you needed nothing but my gray hair. There you go. It's all for you. If you really want it, all for you. You gotta have it. I love you guys so much. Have a great, great day.